Yeah. Finally, something is wrong with this setup. So if you look at any backstory on this car, I used to have a small block Chevy in it, had a big block Chevy. Now I've got a 6-liter LS in it. All those times, small block I didn't work on that much. Really, the big block I didn't work on all that much, but it had some stupid, weird problems, and I had a lot of money well, I got a lot of money in it now, but anyways, I had quite an investment. I was afraid I was going to tear it up, and it just kept breaking everything that I did. Anyways, long story short, or short story long, I'm sorry. I did this stuff. It's got a 6-liter. It's got a TKO 600, Curry Ford 9-inch, Detroit locker, all that kind of good stuff. Well, it's probably been LS swapped at least 6 years now, maybe going on 7. And it's had this 5-speed in it about 3.5, maybe almost, 4 years? Time is flying. But anyways, it's got the TKO transmission in it. It's got like a Hayes clutch. It's got the Silver Sports hydraulic clutch set up. Well, I put the hydraulic clutch up in it when I done the transmission. Well, I did it soon after. I did a different hydraulic clutch, and that bit me in the butt. But anyways, I bought Silver Sports steel. It's been flawless for 3.5 years. And so I started driving this the other day, and I noticed, man, this clutch is not, I thought the clutch might be going out. Well, due to my neglect and just not having to work on this hardly anymore, since I've done all this, it's actually turned into just as good a car as if I was driving the Honda. The clutch is just spongy, and I couldn't hardly get it in gear to stop. And I was like, man, that clutch is probably getting worn down, you know? And so I got thinking about it. I was like, the more I was driving it, because the Honda went down, so that's my backup right now, because this other stuff doesn't work. So I've been driving that all week to work, you know? Well, I noticed, man, this is just doesn't feel right. It feels like I just got a sponge in the pedal. Well, I was like, man, I need to make some adjustments on that. And I keep thinking, because it's an old car, it's got a Z-bar linkage. Well, it doesn't have that. So right here, let me flip it around. Better. However, you see that little doodad right there? Well, I forgot that even exists, because my mind was still thinking I had it. This car's never had a Z-bar linkage on it, but looky there. That reservoir is empty. And all we got's a little bit of condensation. So, I believe this thing has air in it. So there should be nothing wrong with the clutch. So I called Silver Sport because I lost my paperwork on it, and I couldn't remember. I remember there being something about a certain type of fluid to put in it. It's got that Willwood slave there. But anyways, DOT4 is what it takes. We're getting ready to go down and get some fluid for it, and I'm gonna have to bleed it again. So let's, when I get back from the store, we'll get started on that. But yeah, look how long it's been since I opened the hood, man. Those are fingerprints and cat prints. I know a lot of people dislikes the LSs, but man, I just knock on wood or whatever I can knock on. When you do this, you don't have to work on these much anymore. I've actually put so many miles on it now. I've got to go through. I've got trim and some new rattles, and I'm actually wearing tires down, and like the old car's getting some miles on it. So I've just got to do some maintenance, but I'm really thinking about 2 months. I've got the zip tie drags in Arizona, and I think if I can get the time schedule figured out, I think I'm going to drive this up there. So it'll be about 13 miles up and down, 1,300 miles up and down. But yeah, let's run to the store and get some fluids. Hopefully the tool will come in for the Honda. But here we go. So I've removed the reservoir lid, added just a bit of fluid, and then we're gonna go and get another person. See the clutch pedal, we're gonna take that, make 20 full strokes back and forth. And then when we're ready on the 20th one, she'll hold it down to the floor and I will come under here and we will, you can see the bleeder up in here. Crack that. Come on, phone, focus. Maybe that light's tripping it up. So you have a bleeder right there. You'll take and crack that open just like the brakes. As she's holding the pedal all the way to the floor, I'll crack that open. It'll squirt some fluid out and what air's in it, then I'll shut it back. And then we'll go through the process, hit it 20 more times, check the reservoir, make sure it's full, hit it again, and it should have all the air out of it. Now, when this thing's totally empty, it is a booger to bleed like that. But since it didn't get ran that low, and I think it's only got slight air in it, it'll be just fine. But yeah, not too shabby. Let's bleed it. So yeah, I bled the clutch. I mean, just shifts like butter, man. Yeah, that was a dumb move on my part to not check that reservoir. So yeah, we bled the clutch. This thing's like it was when I first put it together. So thank God I don't have to put a clutch in it right now. It's not something I want to do, so awesome. Thanks, guys.